Hi everybody, this is Ray. It's been a while and I wanted to make another video and tell a story. It relates to one of my lessons from the book. The lesson is every day may not be a good day, but recognize that it's good to have that day. Um, so let me just give you some context for the story. After 6 months on a ventilator, in and out of the ICU several times, but always in the hospital, there were a few times where we were told that we could expect her to lose her any day. And then we got turned down by 5 consecutive transplant hospitals. Rebecca beat the odds, got her double lung transplant. Um, and then 2 months after that, in August, we're finally looking to get her out of the hospital for the first time since the previous December. So we were pretty excited to finally be moving on and getting down to that next step. So first, I tell her I'm going home. That you know she could just tell me whatever she needs to be brought to the Pittsburgh apartment. And then she tells me that I need more shirts. I guess she was tired of my wardrobe. It was kind of boring because I wore the same T-shirts every day. So I was like, okay, not a problem. I've got a great fashion sense, but all right, I'll bring a couple more T-shirts. But in either case, I was looking forward to going home. I could buff out some of the scratches on my car from being sideswiped by a city bus. I had a pretty good plan. 4.5 hour drive home, eat, clean, buff out the car, pack, and then back. So I get home, I hear a beeping. If you're not familiar with our house, we've got about 27 smoke and carbon monoxide detectors all in one little upstairs foyer area. So I was wandering around, just listening and waiting and trying to figure out which one was beeping. So finally, I get all that taken care of. I swap it out, and I just as I get down off the ladder, I hear a sound. I hear some water. Said, okay, what's going on? So I go into the guest bathroom, and it looks like the shampoo little basket that Rebecca had suctioned to the wall had dried up and fallen. Not too much of a problem, except it knocked the water faucet on, and water was just flowing right into the tub. Apparently, it had been doing so for a while because there was a little mold on the back of the tub and a little on the shower curtain. Um, so so yeah, and I hadn't been home in a little while because again, I was up in Pittsburgh, Rebecca's double lung transplant. So, okay, that was a little tough, turn that off, wondered, okay, what's the next water bill going to be? But fortunate, the bottles didn't block the drain and we didn't end up with a major flood. So, okay. I go downstairs, I go to turn on a TV and it won't come on. It was completely blown out by some surge that we had during a previous storm a couple of weeks back. But I mean, somehow our surge protector was okay. But yeah, the TV was blown out. It was actually the TV I was going to bring up to Pittsburgh, but I said, no, let me leave it home and protect it so that I don't get it damaged during the move. So that got blown out. So I said, okay, that's fine. I'm going to keep on going. I'm home. It's good day. We got to go and get all this stuff fixed up. Going to go back up and see Rebecca again tomorrow. It was my first day not being near Rebecca or not being with Rebecca pretty much during, from that entire time when she got placed in the hospital, with the exception of one day where I'd come home to get our furniture for the apartment. So I hit the basement next, clean out the fridge and then unplug it. I figured no need to run two fridges. We'll just unplug that downstairs one. And as it turned out, that same surge did it for me by tripping the fuse. Um, so in that downstairs fridge, Rebecca had previously ordered $100 worth of these little chocolate magic cups, these high calorie cups that little ice cream cups that she really wanted. But again, fortunately for her, she decided right after she bought the magic cups that she hated chocolate magic cups. And yeah, so they just stayed in the freezer downstairs until the freezer unplugged, and then they molded over, creating some. I'm not sure what horrifying term I can use to describe what that refrigerator smelled like, but it was really bad. So next 2 hours I spent just cleaning out that fridge, getting all that junk, throwing it out. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch the downstairs TV, unwind a bit. We had kept paying for DirecTV to record our shows on the DVR while we were up in Pittsburgh. Um, and not to worry, the TV was fine. I turned it on, power came on, no problem. But apparently the cable box was plugged into the same circuit that had the trip fuse. So for the months that we had been paying and not being able to watch TV, we'd also not been recording any of the DVR shows. So that was another little surprise that we got, or that I got. Um, so went outside, another 2 hours of getting the mostly strips of burned rubber off my car from the city bus fenders. Um, and once I got that off, I was like, "This is great. I've accomplished one thing on my list. That's fantastic." Um, so all of this kind of all pretty much happened in the course of one day. From the drive home to going through all of that. So, uh, but at the end of the day, Rebecca was off the ventilator. I had freedom to go home. The TV could be replaced. The water didn't flood the house. Rebecca didn't have to eat chocolate magic cups. So when I talk about how my perspective changed over the course of the year, it definitely did. Obviously I wrote a book about it, all the lessons that I learned. Um, but you better believe that I had to remind myself on that day that that there that every day may not be a good day, but recognize that it's good to have that day. So in in that lesson, it's not that you learn that lesson once and you're good. It was, okay, I need to repeat this lesson after a day like this. And that wasn't my first day like this that I had during everything. And it clearly wasn't my worst day that year. Um, so in any case, I just wanted to tell that little story and give a little background to that lesson. And if you like hearing these crazy stories, you can check out my book, Lessons from a CF Cornerman: 38 Lessons I Learned During My Wife's Illness and Lung Transplant. Um, and you can also visit our webpage at cfcornerman.com for additional media and details. Thank you, and have a good day.